everyone. I just had to leave the first clip in there where I went to start this March 2025 reading. And wouldn't you know it, I spilled my water all over my table. I have this part of my black mat here that I made is all wet and it's actually bending the cards. So I'm just going to have to do something with them after to make sure I can try and get them straight again. But I want to get on with this reading because it's been several attempts. And I'm taking this as a message from Spirit. Everything to me is, a message or a symbol. And it's funny because yesterday I recorded the same video. I started my March 2025 video and I did a tea leaf reading and some cards. And boy, I thought all night, I don't want to post this. It's too dramatic. It's too doom and gloom. There's too much crazy stuff in the reading. So I was thinking, oh, what am I going to do with that? I don't know if I want to go in this direction or not. So I think what I'm going to do is, even though I've spilled water here, is I'm going to create a March 2025 video here with some general information for people, some helpful information that has nothing to do, hopefully, with politics. But I will actually, at the end, leave some clips in from yesterday's crazy predictions, if you will. And we'll have to wait and see if they come true or not, and or if I'm just crazy. Okay, so here I go with a video for March 2025. Just know, please, that if something doesn't resonate with you, it may not be for you. It might be for someone else who would be watching this video. So I'm going to try and cover some different topics. The first one is about the health of a marriage. So this is for people who may be wondering about their marriage and anxiety around it, and they're wondering if they should actually move on. Is this a time for you to make those decisions and just leave the marriage? That's basically what this is all about. I would suggest with these cards that just wait until the middle of the month when things feel sunnier, if you will, in your home. I feel like, you need a little bit of time to wait to make those decisions. So just wait till the middle of the month to then have discussions. Perhaps it has something to do with the astrology. I know we've got a lot going on this month, retrogrades, eclipses, and planet alignments and things like that. And I'm not an astrologer, so I don't know much about that. But I do know that we are very affected by what's happening in the skies. So I would wait till the middle of the month and then have your conversations. So these cards are they're non-diverse. There's a man and a woman and a child basically in these cards. They were from the 1700s, and in this particular deck I don't have any other substitutes. So I know this is a male, so it doesn't necessarily mean a woman and a man being married. So take it as you will. But here it's showing up as the husband here. I do feel like there may be an issue here with loyalty. So I know the loyalty card, this loyal dog here is right beside the man, but it's sitting on the snake house, which means there could be some deception here. It may not be quite that way, but all you need to do is find out. Maybe it's your worry about that. Maybe you're thinking about that too much. And that's what you need to get to the bottom of, is to sort of have that conversation and open up everything. It's time in the middle of the month to open everything up. So then you'll end up, hopefully, the worry and this cloudiness, the clouds, it's the things that are making you feel like you don't have answers. Hopefully that will end by the end of the month. You'll see the clouds card here is on the coffin house. So that's, the coffin means an ending. So I feel like if you wait until the middle of the month and then have your conversations, get everything out in the open, then by the end of the month, you will have your answers and you will not feel so so cloudy anymore. The next line that I want to cover, and I don't always go line by line, but this is just what's happening, and this is where I'm directed to go. The next line here is or row, if you will, is this fox card. So this is a worker card. Sometimes it's a clever fox. It could be a clever fox or a sly fox. But to me, I'm taking this today as a worker card. So this is a good worker. And so if this resonates with you, if that's you, you are a gift to the company, you are a gift to the organization or the government or wherever you work. You have a good community around you. This is the garden card, so it's community, and it's all about the people that you work with. So unfortunately, this is on the scythe house, and then here's the whip is on the whip house. So that says to me that there could be some problems coming, unfortunately, with your job that you feel like is a good job. You might be getting some news around that's going to cause some big anxiety. It's on the anxiety house here, and then here's the toxic snake here. So, I know this sounds like doom and gloom. I do feel like this could be related to people who are waiting to hear if their jobs are going to be cut, whether you are in the United States and that you're working for the government and you're worried about that. That's going to prevail here, I would think, because it's such a big topic right now. But it could be related to anyone going through potential cuts. Again, if this doesn't resonate with you, then it's not for you. So near the end of the month, it's sort of like, you've worked hard for your money. You have really good experience, and this is like on a management card. So this is kind of difficult because these are good cards right here. It's like shoot for the stars. Your hopes and dreams can be met. So on one hand, by the end of the month, things might seem better. I know that sounds confusing. This seems kind of like doom and gloom, and then the end of the month seems better. So maybe you will find that things will work out for the better. At least you're going to feel like, the hard part is over and the end of the month is, you're feeling a little bit better about it. Maybe you'll find out some news and go into April. The next row that I'm going to take a look at is the about children, and you'll see that it's on the stork house. So for those of you who are trying to have a baby, this would be a good time. The first of the month, right at the beginning of the month, would be a great time to do that. For those of you who are about to give birth, you might end up in the hospital giving birth to a wonderful baby right like around the end of the first week into the second week. This line I'm going to take over here about children. So children that you already have, you might have some children who are going through some issues right now. They may feel like their friends are bullying them. They feel like they've got mountains to climb. They're going through a rough patch, basically, with their friends. And that is where I say mother's intuition, because the moon card is a very feminine card. So that's your intuition. So what is your intuition telling you on how to help your children? It seems to be related to at school. So in this reading here, this tower is going to be related to school. So they're having some difficulties with school. So what can you do to help your children is basically love them and give them all the support that they need. It seems to be, again, by the end of the month, things might be better. I like that these cards are all ending up sort of at the end of the month. It's like a difficult month, but they end up nicely, which is good. I'm just going to read a few things around the deck now. I don't think this whole line right here is all related. So this, anyone who's going through a difficult time, especially women right now, it seems like you're currently going through some difficult times and perhaps waiting for news. It could be related to a house as well, and that will end up with a good result. So, beginning of the month, really good time for hearing news about potential new homes. For those of you looking for a job in management or a leadership position, it looks like you may be getting that. It will be coming to you, and especially women, it will be coming to you very quickly for you to take a different path. So you'll have to make a quick decision on if you do want to take on this new position or not. By the end of the month, that will be your decision to make. So if you're waiting to hear on a new job, especially in government or a large organization, you will be making that decision, and make sure that you make that decision on what your heart wants, what you really want, rather than what you think you should do. So make heart-based decisions on your new job, because this job should be something that you love and not just what you need to do or feel you need to do. New homes could happen. This is a fate line here. So let's just take these cards all by themselves, okay? So the house is on the key. You could get a new home. That will be wonderful. And the key is right above it too. So that's a very good sign to move forward with a new home purchase, or even moving home, even if it's a rental. The next card here is the bouquet card, and it's on the fish house, which is all about wealth and money. So yes, this seems like a good month to work towards money. You might get a windfall. There could actually be a passing, and you'll see this this cross up here, and there could be a man who has passed and who's going to be giving you an inheritance. So you'll see, here's the gift that you'll receive, and it's a gift of money. And here is the man who has passed. Here would be the final will document and the news that's coming to you about this money. And it's going to end up with a sunshine, like a very good, boy, I hate to call it windfall because we're talking about wills here, but you may even be offered a house from this male relative. So anyone who is dealing with someone's will or someone who is passing on, and this, if I take a look here, it's almost at mid-month. It's basically mid-month. The second to last card in the reading here is the Stars card, and it's on the Anchor. It's funny because if I take a look here, it's just the reverse up here. So the Anchor card is on the Stars house here. So what were we talking about around here? This is all about, this was about work. And I remember that, we're worried about our jobs right here. We may get some information that we're losing our job. But then at the end of the month, it seems to be there's a better situation. So here it's just repeating this. There may be a better situation, and this actually may end up being a good thing in the long run. I hate to say that things always happen for a reason, because I went through cancer and I feel like my cancer didn't happen for a reason, and I kind of hated that when people would say that to me. But here it's just interesting that it's repeating itself, just reversed. And I feel like this, if you are laid off, if you are fired for no good reason, you are a very good employee with really good community around you, with lots of experience. I think this might actually bring you to something new here. So above it is something new. The last card here is the Ship, and this is on the Cross house. That's the last card in this deck, which is the Cross. We covered that up here, so that was about someone passing. So I feel like that's also related. You can also do a chess move, you know, the horse piece in a chess game. You can move this move just like the horse does. And that's why I feel like this is related to the passing as well. So I know I talked about money with this person passing and the will. It's not all about money, right? I know it's not about money, and it isn't for you as well. And this is just more of a mediumship message here, that this person, you know, may have passed very quickly and maybe unexpectedly. And again, I do feel like it's a man, because when I go up this whole line, it's all about a man. And there's his wealth. Here's your intuition. And what is your intuition telling you about his passing? It's telling you that it was time for him to go. He maybe had an illness that was gnawing away at him, and it was really his time to go. So this is maybe an older parent or an elderly person, an elderly man who is going to pass quite quickly, and it was really his time to go. And he's moving on to better places. Okay, so whatever you think that is, you'll see there are no cards left here. So it's basically like, what do you think heaven is to you? What is heaven to you? That's where he would be going. Okay, so no pain anymore, no illness. It was his time, and he was welcomed, basically. Okay, so this is just a beautiful note for you to know that it's okay, and he is okay. So I hope you feel like you've gotten something out of this reading for March 2025. Please do let me know and leave a comment, or please click like. That will help me. And also subscribe if you haven't already. And let me know if you have any comments or questions. I'd be happy to answer them in the comments. If you are staying here and you want to check out what I think are some pretty bombastic predictions, then do stay on, and we'll just have to wait and see until April to see if they have come true or not. Okay, so thank you very much, and I will see you very soon. Hi everyone, I'm back with a reading for March 2025. I don't really have anything planned. I did want to do something like I did in February, where I had 3 different teacups and did 3 different readings. But I just finished up a reading with a client, and I had everything ready here, so I thought I'll just do my reading right here. I'm just going to take a look at some of the symbols around the cup, and this is just going to be related to March. Okay, so I know this might sound a little bit crazy, but perhaps not. Right at the beginning of the month, I feel like we're going to get more news about drones and what are they calling them? UAPs, formerly known as UFOs. I think right away in March, we're just going to get some news. I'm seeing 4 UAPs right here, and it feels like the military following them. I know this sounds funny, but that's what I'm seeing here. There's also drone activity. This could be actually at the end of the month too. So it feels like right at the beginning of the month, and then at the end of the month, we may get some more information. I don't know if this is just a distraction or if there's anything to it. Now I'll just turn the cup around and see what's happening. Within the first week of March, It feels like there also may be something quite big happening. So it seems like a shooting. So I don't want to be bombastic or fear mongering, but this is what I'm seeing in the cup. There's an active shooter running. I don't want to predict just terrible things as well. This could be related to an abortion clinic. I know, I'm really hesitating saying these things. It's because I'm new to this, to actually reading some current events and sort of some terrible things that are going on in the world, but it really feels like there could be something related to that. I'm hoping that's not the case, and I hope that I'm just being ridiculous here. But it seems like there could be some major problems around clinic, and that may not be an abortion clinic per se, but women's health. That's what I'm thinking. An attack on women's health. So if it's not something actually physical on, on a building and an active shooter at a women's health clinic, and I'm assuming this is in the States. I have to assume it's in the United States, everything I've read so far. I'm in Canada, as I've mentioned before, and we are just inundated with news from our neighboring country, the U.S. This really does seem like around that area. There could be drone activity around there too. As I say this, I really feel like I'm just in my head, I'm just not even wanting to post this video. Because number one, I feel like if I'm wrong, then I'll just look ridiculous, and that's my ego coming into it. But then number two, it's just so, feels so doomsday. But it does seem like that may be what's happening again with the women's clinic. I'm not even going to share some of the imagery that I'm seeing here because it's not so nice. There will be a lot of love coming forward out of this. So if there's maybe an attempt or something on women's rights or healthcare, there's a lot of love and support, which will be the term I'm getting is which will be a bee in the bonnet, or like a wasp sting towards the people or person who is trying to do this damage. So let me just take a look at 2 weeks' time. A lot of readers on YouTube have been predicting some bad things perhaps happening with Trump, and I'm seeing that as well. There could be an attempt on him or Elon's life at the mid-month mark. He's got a lot of loyal people around him, but there could be some sort of attempt, whether it's real or not, I don't know. Elon might actually be out of there. He might be flying forward. The king has spoken. Basically, Trump may get sick of him or may not want him to be around anymore, and he may be pushing him forward with the torch. I don't know. Again, this may not be taken literally, that there's an attempt on Trump, on his life. It could be related to Elon and, who's the king? Who's the kingmaker? Who's really in charge? And I did a reading actually a while ago that I didn't share about Trump. I just was interested to see what I would find. And I did see that in March, he is sick of things, or he does get to this point where it's just not fun for him anymore. And I have a feeling it could be about Elon here, There's an E right in here. Here is the king, and he's holding on to a little king. So I feel like that's Elon and his son, X, and that he could be booted out the door or like sent even further, sent off on his own. There could be another plane issue. I had a dream about this as well, so I'm wondering if this is sort of showing me when it will happen, and that could be the third week of March, like pretty much exactly the third week of March, and it would be a jet and possibly on fire. In my dream, it was upside down, and that's like not like the Toronto plane that tipped its wing and went upside down. This one was actually flying upside down. That was in my dream, and I can almost see that in the teacup here too. So it really does feel like there could be another jet crash, or at least an airplane on fire in the sky. And I see something could happen with Canada as well at the end of the month. Here's my Canadian flag. And, let me see. Trump continues to threaten Canada. I think that's about it. And more talks about money and the tariffs. So I feel like that will actually be delayed a bit. And it's like he's stringing us along because it helps him somehow. There's a little heart under that. He loves making us the butt of his jokes. I'm seeing the little butt here. There's this little animal, and it's like we're the butt of his jokes, and he loves that. Oh, here's my cat coming into the picture. So I'm just gonna see what I can do to get her out of the way. Okay, where was I? My cat was interrupting us. So I do see Canada at the end of the month, and like I mentioned, he's still going to be making us the butt of his jokes, but there's something behind that, right? He just wants to turn this U.S. citizens against Canada. I think she's here to stay. So that could be my time to stop reading the tea leaves. Again, this is quite doomsday-ish and really seems crazy to me. So I'm really going to think about posting this. I'm not quite sure because, what do you think, Stella?